How's it going, everyone? This is Midnight Strike 3625 presenting to you my top 10 NES games. Now, I know for the last two PlayStation ones I've done top 20, but for this one I'm not even sure if I've played 20 NES games. I know I don't own that many, but I might have played them in the past. But let's start this off with a little bit of background story. I just wanted to say that the NES was actually the first console that I ever owned. I still have the one that I had to this very day. It was my parents, when they got married, they got it, I believe, a couple of years later for an anniversary gift in 1986, maybe? Or 85? I'm not entirely sure, but they got a ton of games for it, including Mario, Contra, Donkey Kong, all the good classics, and some arcade shooters like Tiger Heli, and of course, this one, Donkey Kong Classics. One of my favorite games, obviously. It's on the top 10 list. So it's number 8 for a reason. I absolutely love it. It's got two games in one. I don't know, for some reason I used to like Donkey Kong Jr. a little bit better, but Donkey Kong, the original, is no slouch either. Of course, it has the classic barrel mechanic in there. This one, Tiger Heli, my dad was always really good at this one, and when I started playing when I was about 9 years old, I absolutely creamed him. I mean, in every way. I found all the secrets, I got to the point where the game looped, and I found out a cheat where you can hold down A and B, and I believe start, and it gives you basically a free pass for the rest of the game. It doesn't let you get game over. At the game over screen, you just hold down certain button combination, and it'll just take you right back to where you were. This one, Final Fantasy, first Final Fantasy I ever played. Didn't really like it as much because it was not exactly as story heavy as the other ones, but the core gameplay mechanics more than made up for it. It was a really good game, had a lot of great items, a lot of great discovery points, and, you know, even though it wasn't as story heavy, it still had a decent plot line, even though it was cliche with, you know, save the princess, get the orb of light kind of thing with some time travel thrown in there. But, you know, it was an older game with very, very dated kind of story elements or plot twists to it, but that doesn't necessarily make it bad. This one, Castlevania, has probably my favorite music out of any NES game, with the exception of maybe Kirby. I really like the music in Kirby, but this one is absolutely no slouch. I love every second of it. It's got 6 levels, but they ramp up the difficulty to make it a grinding challenge, and it's really fun. This one is Legend of Zelda. I chose this one as my third one just because of all the exploration that's possible, and there is a lot, and I mean a lot, of secrets to be had here. Number 2 is Kirby's Adventure, because I absolutely love every second of every level in this game. There's not exactly necessarily a bad point in this game. You play as a little pink, cute cream puff thing, basically, and you go around sucking up enemies and getting their abilities. What's not to love? My first one, I couldn't necessarily choose between these two games, Super Mario Bros. 1 and 3. Now, the reason I say this is because I rated them both the exact same, and I like them both for various reasons. I like the world map in Super Mario 3, but I really like the level design and the graphics in Super Mario Bros. 1, so I couldn't necessarily decide between them. They have equal amount of secrets, so, who knows. Well, that was my list, everyone. This is Midnight Strike 365. Keep calm and rock on.